Is crypto futures trading halal? It's one of those questions that sounds simple but carries layers of complexity, kind of like peeling an onion, except this onion is filled with money, ethics, and legal opinions. Let's unpack it. First, what even is futures trading? You're essentially speculating on the future price of an asset, in this case, cryptocurrency. You don't own the crypto, you're betting on whether it goes up or down. Simple in theory, not so simple in application. From an Islamic finance perspective, there are two main concerns: gharar, excessive uncertainty, and riba, usury. Futures contracts can raise red flags on both. They're inherently high risk and sometimes involve leveraging borrowed money, triggering potential riba issues. Here's where it gets tricky. Scholars are divided. Some argue crypto futures align too closely with gambling because of the sheer volatility and speculative nature, which would make it haram. Others see opportunities for halal investing if done ethically. One question becomes, is intent important? If someone enters crypto futures primarily for profit, without creating real economic value, some scholars would classify it as haram. It's similar to betting on horse racing. You're not buying the horse. Another point, many futures contracts involve something called settlement in cash. So you're not even exchanging the actual asset, the crypto. You're just trading price differences. For many scholars, this lack of tangible exchange is problematic. But then you have modernists who argue we need to reinterpret financial tools with today's technology in mind. They might classify crypto futures as halal if they don't involve riba and are operated under strict guidelines. It's very context dependent. A major pain point here is that clarity is hard to come by. Islamic finance lacks a one-size-fits-all rulebook for crypto and futures trading. Depending on who you ask, you'll get a different answer, which only deepens the confusion. Pro tip: if you're interested in avoiding haram practices, you need to consider your broker. Some brokers offer Islamic accounts with no interest-bearing overnight fees, but that doesn't automatically make futures trading itself halal. From a practical standpoint, you should also assess your own risk tolerance. Crypto futures are notoriously volatile. You can lose far more than your initial investment, sometimes within hours. It's not for the faint-hearted, halal or not. At the end of the day, consulting multiple scholars for their interpretations is your best bet. And don't put all your trust in random TikTok or Twitter influencers. This decision requires real research, not 30-second sound bites. For those with doubts, there's always the option to avoid futures altogether and stick to regular spot market crypto trading. Spot trading, where you actually buy and own the asset, is generally seen as more acceptable for Muslims. So, is crypto futures trading halal? The short answer is maybe. The long answer depends on how you approach it, interpret Islamic teachings, and consider your personal ethics. But don't rush into it, as the financial and moral stakes are high.